Hi YouTube. I just need to start Instagram Live and then we'll see if anybody joins. I have never done YouTube Live, so we got YouTube going live and Instagram going live. Kokedama and now Wing, welcome to the live stream. Bonjour mes amis, hi friends. My name is Cece and my pronouns are she and her. And thank you for joining a Kokedama live stream. I am working on Kokedama, taking questions and hanging out, basically. I am, hi Selene on Instagram. I guess I have some announcements for sort of the next little while. I have extended, or maybe we'll just wait a little bit. EJ Eggert and Botanica 63, welcome to the live stream. Andrea Vivian Lopez, welcome. Golk Hane, yes, welcome. I guess I'll just get into it and keep like clicking wave and stuff to people. Unfortunately, I do not speak Spanish, although Selene, who was just on earlier, does speak Spanish. So I don't know if she's gonna be able to stick around. And so, yeah, I'm just making Kokedama. You can ask me anything you want during our session. And yeah, you can ask me anything you want as long as we're keeping it classy. And everybody always keeps it classy. So today I'm working on Kokedama for my next shop update. Last weekend, when I did the shop update on Friday, I think it was on Friday, everything got kind of snapped up over the weekend, which was fantastic. Thank you so much for the support of my little plant store and Kokedama. And so tonight, I am going to be working on African Violet Kokedama. One of these, like this ficus. I have a couple of fiddle leaf figs that I want to work on. And then I did get some new schefflera as well to work on. So we'll see what I get to. I also got something new, which is this olive tree. I think these are super cute. And we're going to get right to that. So I've pre-prepared a little bit of moss. So right off the bat, I'm not going to have to do that right away. I do have to put on my apron right away because otherwise I will just make a mess of all my clothes. And so the first thing we're going to do is prep the soil that we're going to use to make the moss ball with. And for those of you who don't know what Kokedama is, it's a Japanese planting style. And in Japanese, koke means moss and dama means a ball or an egg-like shape. So literally moss ball plants. And yeah, we're just gonna get into it here. I just gotta get all prepped because I hate getting my hands dirty and my job requires me to get my hands dirty all the time. So this is my little container of soil, and I'm just gonna mix up a little bit more soil. And I have been experimenting with some soil amendments to get the soil to hold a little bit more water for longer, because it's really, really dry here where I live. And sorry, Facebook, my head is just going to be completely cut off because I don't have a fancy camera. I'm just using my laptop camera. So I used to put on music for live streams, but I found that we would just get busted for like copyright infringement all the time. And so not so much. We'll just have the birds. So I'm just picking out the big chunks of sticks and sometimes rocks that end up in the bagged soil. And on Instagram, Ikvan and K Grams and Artsy Rach YYC, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining and hanging out. Okay, and so the soil amendment that I've been playing with is vermiculite. And the Pro Mix one is just happens to be what I picked out. It was easy. There was lots of it. So Selene asked, what are the little white things in the soil? It's this. It's vermiculite. So for every scoop of soil mix that I'm using, I'm adding sort of a handful of vermiculite. And I've played with more and less vermiculite, and if I put too much, it makes it so the soil doesn't stick in the ball very nicely. So I had to dial that back a bit. Lavish Canvas, welcome to the live stream on Instagram. And apparently we have one person on YouTube, but I'm unable to see usernames. But hello to you too on YouTube. Okay, now just a bit of water. And for anybody who's new to the live stream, we're just making Kokedama, hanging out and taking questions and having conversation. You can ask me anything you want as long as we are keeping things classy. And right now we are in my studio in Calgary in the backspace at Sought and Found Coffee Roasters, where my studio is. Fatan Kamis, welcome to the live stream. I just pretend that I can say these names. I really can't. Do I want to do the ficus first or one of the olives? I kind of want to do an olive first because I haven't done one in a really long time, and I think it's like really cute. This one has a nice sort of sideways growing habit, and then it came back this way. Sort of bonsai-ish, not quite bonsai. It would take a few years, I think, to train this guy. Yeah, olive. Yeah, I decided to do the olive. Yes. Let me bring that more into view. Oh, I can be in view too. So this olive has lots and lots of roots. And I'm guessing, I'm guessing because olive trees grow quite like tall-ish. And so I'm trying to carefully pick out the existing soil. And the white stuff in this soil is perlite. So it's like an expanded mineral. And I don't like that in there because perlite is quite abrasive and we need to compact the soil. And so I don't like that. The perlite is abrasive because that's gonna rub against the roots there. In a pot, it's not a big deal because we're not compacting the soil that much. Not like we do in Kokedama. We have a question on Instagram. Can you train any tree to bonsai? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure there's some trees that just don't lend themselves well to bonsai, and it just has to do with their growth patterns and things like that. You can probably miniaturize it, but bonsai has how to put this? It's got quite a bit of rules to styles and things like that. And if you aren't working in a in one of the accepted styles, it's not really considered bonsai. But I think you can miniaturize most trees using the bonsai techniques. I think you can miniaturize most trees. That's a lot of roots. It's nice root structure though. It's like nice and fanned out. I am trying to be somewhat gentle. And for YouTube, I have not put out any YouTube content in so long. And there have been like questions and stuff on like some of the videos, some of the old videos. And so I'm gonna have to catch up and answer some of those. But that's not bad. I think I could actually remove some of the roots because I already pruned off a lot of the top of this tree, but it's okay. We don't have to. It's a little bit more stress on the tree. So I am just moistening the roots. That helps the soil stick a little bit. And it also, excuse me, it also gets the roots sort of a little bit more flexible, which is good, which means less breakage. Miss Jenny T, welcome to the live stream. So when plants have lots of roots, it can sometimes be challenging to make the soil ball, especially since I don't use any clay in my soil mix. Kokedama, Hyrule One, welcome to the live stream. I think it's been a little while since we've seen you on the live stream. And I'm starting to think I probably should have removed some of the roots from this guy, but now that we're here, I'm just gonna work with it. It means I'm gonna have to take a little bit more time to work this soil in between the roots there. And that is an important step. Tanya Dayton, welcome to the live stream. There. So the ball is no longer trying to fall apart. It just takes a little bit of patience to get that soil worked in there and to get it to bind together. That's cute. Kokedama Hyrule One, what do you mean by you use a dry method? I'm just gonna set this aside. And as always, gotta keep the workspace clean. Because for me, a messy space gives me a messy heart, and that's not where I want to be. Oof. Dirt on the computer. So the dry method that they mentioned is to not use water to make the ball. I'd be curious to see how that works because yeah, I'm just not sure how that works. I'm just gonna give my moss a little spray. Okay, good. I am using, once again, my focus maybe, dark olive green polyester thread. And it's really basic, it's nothing fancy, but polyester is long lasting. It's quite strong. It does not decay with water, not too bad. And it also does not break down in the sun. So cotton thread will decay when wet, and then nylon thread tends to break down in sunlight. So for me, the choice is polyester. I think this little olive is going to look really good. I did pre-prune a lot of the green material off the top to make it a little bit less unruly. Kokedama Hyrule 1. If you ever do a live stream of your dry method, I'd love to see it sometime. I've never heard of it so far, and so I'd love to see how you do it. I'm just super curious, and I would love to learn how other Kokedama practitioners are doing what we do. I guess for YouTube, it's hard to see. My camera's too zoomed in. Akosiana, welcome to the live stream. There we go. Isn't that a cute little olive tree? Oh, for YouTube down here. I have enough moss to do one more before we have to replenish our moss supply. So let's do the one more. I do need to do a schefflera because somebody ordered one. So maybe we'll do that next. So this guy's very full, so I will be pruning it back a little bit later. And there's a lot of sand. There's a lot of sand in this soil mix. And if you know me, I'm not a fan of sand. I don't feel that it's an effective soil amendment. And it's cheap though. So you can see how little roots there are on this compared to the olive tree. So different plants have different types of root structures. And you'd be surprised at how some plants that are quite large have quite a small root structure. Hey Hyun, 123, welcome to the live stream. And this one is going to be quite a bit easier to make because of the smaller root structure. Sheilin Plant, welcome to the live stream. Apparently I need new glasses because I'm not reading well at a distance. I am just looking outside, and I think my earring delivery has arrived. Early on the live stream, Selene was on, and if you don't know Selene, she is the person that I collaborated with on a very fun project. I hope it's her because somebody is parked right outside. Jessica Dang, welcome. Agarwal Pinky, welcome to the live stream again. Okay, I think I gotta get my mask ready. Because since there's nobody here, I'm not wearing a mask, but you know, if somebody comes, then I do have to wear a mask. I'm keeping everybody safe. Okay, yes, it is Selene, and I do have to wipe my hands. I'm putting on my mask and opening the door. I'll just reach over here. Somebody forgot their mask and has to go back to the car and get it. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to the live stream.
Hi.
We are on Facebook and Instagram, both at the same time. What do you have for us?
Hi. I have some goodies to deliver from our collaboration.
Thanks. Thanks for dropping those off.
Of course.
Even amidst all the life, the drama.
Yes, but it's good to be here. Maybe you want to show them. Although this looks gorgeous, it's little Kokedama.
So this, I'm just untwisting them. These are, I need 2 pairs almost. So I can show Instagram and Facebook. But these are the collaboration Kokedama earrings that Selene and I worked on together. And it was a little bit of an adventure. But we got it. We were so frustrated at first. And then when we finally figured it out, it was such a joyous moment.
It was.
Yeah, and I've been wearing mine like every day. Oh, they're kind of covered by my mask. But I've been wearing mine every day for a week or something. But I'm so in love with them, and they are currently available on my website. And and we had to build like a little order, I don't know, workflow little thing, and Selene kind of figured all of that out as well, which is super amazing. Yeah. What are you up to now?
Nothing much. I think I'm just going to go home and relax tonight, and maybe drink some tea, relax on the couch for a little bit.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, like I've had a migraine today, and I think it's because of maybe weather change. So it hasn't been fun. So hopefully, taking it easy tonight will help.
It's good.
Yeah.
Well, you've made a lot of earrings in the last little while, so you deserve a little bit of rest, I think.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I've been very productive lately, so yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for dropping those
Yeah,
off and
you're
for saying
welcome.
hi on the live stream.
Hi everyone, and have a wonderful night, and hopefully you keep enjoying the live stream.
Okay, thanks. Good night.
Adios.
Yeah, air hugs. Hugs are really hard, rare. I think it's not plugged in at all. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, had to lock the door. Kay Grahams, thanks for that compliment. And Christine, welcome. Yes, NM, never mind. Thanks for joining the live stream, and Wayo S. Thanks for joining the live stream. Yeah, so those are the collab earrings that we worked on, and we have Canada and US wide shipping. So although we can't ship Kokedama, and I honestly don't really like shipping Kokedama, but we can ship earrings. So if the earrings are something that you love, or if you have a friend or somebody who's a plant parent who also wears earrings, or if it's for yourself, make a great gift as well. Although we are, I think we're probably out of time for like a Christmas type gift, but makes a great gift. Okay, so we were, until we were so pleasantly interrupted, we were working on this schefflera, and it's been styled a little bit in that it's been pruned to encourage branching, and I'm going to prune it a little bit more after we get the moss done, and you'll see that it opens up the sort of the canopy of the Kokedama, and it'll reveal more of the structure of the schefflera. Rena Catherine, welcome to the live stream. And YouTube, thank you for the like. I've actually really wanted to also do TikTok live, but I haven't been able to get the 1,000 followers that you need to be able to do a live. So that's going to be a while away, I think, but that's okay. I was going to start a sentence with earlier this week, but it's Tuesday. So earlier this week is yesterday. I was going to start a new part-time job just to help with some of the bills at home and stuff. And I was going to change my store hours to allow me to do that, but I got a message today, and that ended up not panning out. So I don't have to change my store hours for that anymore. Oh, but if anybody on the live streams is a plumber or has a friend who is a plumber, I could use some advice, because here at the store, at the atelier, we had a sink put in as part of the construction for this space. And we're getting a lot of sewery type smells coming out from the sink drain. And I know that it's not clogged, and I use the sink all the time. And so the P-trap is not dried up. And my suspicion is that the vent for the plumbing is either too far or not installed properly. And so if you are wise in the ways of plumbing, I would love to hear from you, because I am at a loss. It's not good to have sewery type smells in your retail store. The plants only cover over so much. There's a sporty, growly car outside, and it's not Selene. It's probably somebody here to pick up some food at the restaurant. Okay. Alexia Carolyn, welcome to the live stream. So you can see that this schefflera is very, very full. And I'm going to open up that canopy so that we can reveal a little bit more of the branching structure that's under there. And kind of show off the schefflera itself a little more. Kalai P73, welcome to the live stream. And there's a little stub in here from when they chopped it. It may have fallen and broken, or they may have propagated from there. And I'm going to try to trim that, but there's a lot of branches in the way. And you do, like I do, have to switch these more heavy duty shears, because the other ones are the joint, the rivet is a little bit more delicate, and it'll get loose. And I know that because of experience, because I didn't know how much it could handle when I first got it, and made some mistakes, and then have recently got it fixed. I lived with the mistakes for a long time and then finally got it fixed, and wish I had gotten it fixed a long time ago. So I'm looking at this and I feel like this guy is really sticking out way out there. And also this one. And then obviously, like, this is very much the back of the Kokedama. This is more of the front. And so I'm gonna go from the front and take a look and see how we can improve this, and like the back will grow in as long as we put that facing the sun. So I'm at a point of, do I compromise, or do I prune now, or do I wait for things to grow in more? And I think I'm going to err on the side of prune now, because I suspect that this may sell relatively quickly. Okay, I'll turn it around so that you can see. So now you can see that, like, the branch, like the branching structure of the schefflera is a lot more visible. Something that bugs me a little bit is this little guy. It goes right in front of the trunk. But at the same time, if we turn it this much, there's nothing here. And so we're gonna have to wait, and hopefully something will grow there. And so, you know, I kind of like, this is the direction that I feel like it needs to be displayed. And so this is in the way a little bit. Like, if it would just out a bit. Okay, I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna wire it, and we'll see if I have any aluminum wire. Who is here? Misal and Lixia, I think. Welcome to the live stream. Ooh. And then on YouTube, we have 2 viewers. Welcome. Aluminum wire. I just keep all of my little leftover bits. And I don't think I have any good ones. So I'm gonna cheat and use this steel wire that I have that's also quite soft. I think we're gonna be okay. It's not gonna be as pretty because it's silver, whereas the aluminum wire that I have, like the little bits, are black. Okay. And the steel wire is gonna be a little harder to cut off, I think, later. Jill Godfrey, Brianna Kennedy, welcome to the live stream. And I'm trying not to wrap it too tight because I don't want to leave marks in it. So here, this is the branch that I feel is too on the axis of the main trunk. So I'm gonna, like, not that the wire is on there, I'm going to bend it outwards a little bit and downwards a little bit. And maybe back a little bit to fill that hole. It's a little bit better. So, like so. Now we really see a lot of the branching structure. I'd love for this to be up a little bit more and this to be out a little bit more. But if we get that far into wiring, I'm gonna end up wiring everything. Kay Graham says that they are looking at their 4-year-old Kokedama and having a little bit of envy. Well, I mean, let me ask, what type of Kokedama do you have? What plant is it? So this is this guy, done. So it's a schefflera, done, sort of bonsai inspired. Now that I'm looking at it, this lower branch would be nice if it was like back a bit more, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh, a 4-year-old rubber tree. Rubber trees make great Kokedama. They are nice and drought tolerant and don't particularly need lots and lots and lots of sun. And for places that have winters like mine, That's really great. Grazie, Ludivina. Welcome. And Michael, welcome to the live stream. Okay, now that I've used up all of the moss, I need to process some more. And the moss that I get is from British Columbia in Canada. Ari Elsie, maybe? Ari Elsie? I don't know if it's like first name, last name, or if it's just one name altogether, but welcome to the live stream. And it just comes in big bags. So I'm gonna get moss all over my skirt, is what I'm gonna do, apparently. I have moss everywhere. It's in my car, it's in my apartment, it's all over work, it's everywhere. Karma Elise, welcome to the live stream, and Coco Plantitas, welcome to the live stream. So I'm gonna try to just process this bunch of moss, and it'll probably be enough for one, maybe 1.5 Kokedama. And when I say process, I mean get rid of all the dead moss. And I don't know why today my voice is like kind of rough. Probably because I've been bad at drinking water today. Everything was a little bit rushed, and so I'll just have to make up for it tonight and tomorrow. Lisa Choi J, welcome to the live stream. Kay Graham says, thanks for sharing, and hope to see you in the New Year's for a new Kokedama. Yeah, that would be great. Hopefully we will have opened up a bit more and have some pandemic relief over Christmas and into the new year. And so last time that I did a live stream on Instagram, I thought it was going to end at 1 hour automatically, and we will see. If the live stream continues to keep going over past the hour, which would be really neat because I've never had that before. Oh, show me what you love. Welcome to the live stream. Samantha, it's been a really, really long time since we were able to see each other. kind of miss your really lovely energy. And Little May Papery, welcome to the live stream. All my friends are popping up today. Of Soil and Moss, welcome. And Soy Alex Castillo, welcome to the live stream. Ooh. So apparently we're heading into hour 2 of into the second hour of the live stream. That's really neat. I don't know if that's like a new thing for everyone where live streams can be longer, or if it depends on your account. Of Soil and Moss, I was actually wondering where you are based out of. I like to know where my Kokedama maker colleagues are, so that if I have people asking about Kokedama in a place where I am not, then I can send referrals. Oakland, California, amazing. I have only been to Oakland once, and it was really quite, it was an interesting experience. It was back when I was still a software developer, and it's funny because there's like, it seems like there's like a street where like on one side of the street, it's like rougher Oakland, and then on the other side of the street, it's like fancy Oakland. Yeah, it was really interesting at the time. It was quite a while ago. Karma Lee's asks, how did you get started creating Kokedama? I got into Kokedama because I wanted to actually get into bonsai. Calgary, where I'm located, is really not. It's really not a bonsai place, and the more I researched bonsai, this was probably maybe 9 years ago. The more I researched bonsai, the more intimidating it got. The more it felt like I needed to have a mentor to do it properly, to do it sort of justice, and not to kind of just mess around and dishonor the art. I think I'm at a different place now where I feel like it's okay. Like you can try to approach bonsai on your own, you know, and using books and things to learn. It's definitely not a replacement for having an actual mentor, but I feel like it's definitely an okay thing to do. But at the time, bonsai just felt really intimidating, and I stumbled on Kokedama on some Japanese websites, and all the websites were in Japanese, so I ended up, and I don't read Japanese, so I ended up experimenting a lot, and so I'm kind of self-taught. But it, like, from the pictures and stuff, it just looked really, really approachable, and I kind of went for it, and it was a hobby for a while. And when I decided to, so I used to be a software developer, and then I got to this point where I started doing software development part-time, and I was like, I think I want to share Kokedama with people like where I live, right? And so my answer to that was to start a business. And so I was doing that part-time. And then when I finally decided to be done with software development, I went full-time with this business. And it's challenging. It's quite challenging. Kokedama is so niche, and Calgary is so conservative, like super, super conservative. Like I'd never, I never actually understood how conservative it was when I was in software development. And sort of part way through, in that journey, Kokedama was like this journey of self-discovery, because when I quit my software development career, that was my identity. It was like, I am CC and I am a software developer. And that was just how I painted myself. And when I gave up that career, suddenly I couldn't say that anymore. And so then the question was, well, apart from my career, who am I? And eventually that led to me coming out. If you know of, LGBTQ, I am the T. Also the B, I guess, maybe something like that, but labels are hard. So Kokedama was like sort of this beginning of this huge journey of self-discovery, and in a lot of ways, a journey to find like freedom. Yeah. Anyways, that's how I got into Kokedama, or that's how Kokedama got into me. I guess for anybody who's new to the live stream, I always say that you can ask me anything as long as we're keeping it classy. So yeah, you can ask me about Kokedama, plants, business, dating. Not that I've been dating, because things are super weird right now. Dicey Ing, welcome to the live stream. I'm trying to judge to see if I have enough moss ready for a Kokedama, and it's close. I'm gonna do a bit more. Honestly, this is the most sort of monotonous part of the process. Oh, you're welcome, Calliope. really, that's why, that's my why for Kokedama. At first it was that Kokedama helped me like decompress from work. It helped me be at home with my family, and not have my heart and brain stuck at work. And at first, that's what I wanted to share. That's why I wanted to share Kokedama. And then I taught my first Kokedama class to at a Christmas party for funny enough, at a friend's business. So it was just like a Christmas party for their employees. And it was then that I realized a lot of the magic of Kokedama is in the making. And in that process, I like to share sort of about mindfulness and how we can pay attention to our bodies and how that informs us of what's going on in our lives and helps us to get to know ourselves. And sort of that's what I'm sharing now, although not right now because we can't do classes. Shu Yang, welcome to the live stream. Sandra Lopez and Belinda Javier. Javier. Welcome to the live stream on YouTube. I'm kind of happy that YouTube is actually working. This is the first time I've done this type of live stream on YouTube. So thank you so much for joining and hanging out while I make Kokedama and have conversation. But yeah, so Kokedama, I do it and I teach classes. And sometimes people are like, oh, well, aren't you teaching people to do what you do? And yes, I am teaching people to do what I do. And my hope is that Kokedama will be also in some small way, a way that people might get curious and also go on a self-discovery journey of their own. And so I can't wait until we get this pandemic under control and I can teach again, because I basically haven't taught in a year. And that's been a little bit tough, because that's sort of the channel that I had to share this in a really sort of intimate setting. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll all take care of one another, and we will get there. For anybody who's new to the live stream, my name is Cece, and yeah, we're just we just passed an hour and 15 minutes in the live stream, and I just thought I'd introduce myself again just in case. My name is Cece, and my pronouns are she and her, and I am making Kokedama, and we're hanging out, having a conversation, and you can ask me basically anything you want, as long as we're keeping it classy. And I open to all sorts of conversations. I've had conversations about dating and online dating, and how I found that really weird, because I am relatively newly single after being married for a long time. And things have changed a lot, like so much. Like the dating scene has changed so much, and I have no, I don't think I'm ready for dating really, but yeah, if the right person comes along, maybe, and they ask nicely, or if they come and sweep me off my feet. Let's work on an African violet, and so I've been doing a lot of African violets that are like this deep violet color with like the really bright yellow stamens. I think it's stamens. And then there's like these purple and white, violet and white ones, and then there's like this more reddish. This reddish violet, very common, but something that's not that common is this. I'm gonna try to get it close enough. And look at the, I hope you can see the detail in the petals. And YouTube, I'm gonna show you a little bit just after here. But the color is like, it's like uneven. It looks like watercolor, but like iridescent watercolor. Well, it shows up really well on YouTube Live. And so let's work on this African violet. Karma Elise, where are you based? Are you based near me or like somewhere far away? Yeah, super pretty, right? So let's do that one. I'm gonna prepare some more soil because we used up almost all of the other mix, and my soil's just on the floor. Oh, okay, Karma. Well, when things open up again, like open, you can watch for the classes. I would love to have you in a class. Okay. Now it's like the awkward live stream part. So on YouTube, Sandra Lopez is watching from Puebla in Mexico. I hope I said that properly. And Karma, if you sign up for the newsletter off of the website, that's probably going to be the best way to get notified, because on like social media and stuff, like the like the algorithms or whatever, like they don't always show you exactly what you want, and like they kind of control what you see. But if you sign up for the newsletter where like I announced shop updates and things like that on there, and so definitely I will be announcing classes when we are able to have classes again. And I will probably end up starting with the private and semi-private classes. But yeah, the newsletter is going to be the most reliable way to get those types of announcements. So I'm just picking out the chunks because they prevent the ball from staying like sort of the soil from sticking. And then also they will stab me in the hands as I'm making the ball. So I'll just pick out as much of that as possible. Okay, I think we're pretty good. And I'm going to do my soil amendments. Sunny GKS, welcome to the live stream. And Studio IG3, welcome to the live stream. I always try to redo like that Ziploc and it never really quite works. Oh, and I was saying earlier that that my city is really quite conservative. It could be more conservative, but it is like quite conservative, and I just didn't realize how conservative until I came out. But there's like lovely, really amazing pockets and communities in our city that are very affirming and accepting, and yeah, just super lovely, amazing, supportive people. Jute Girl 1, welcome to the live stream. Of Soil and Moss asks, how many plants do I have at home? Okay, does anybody have any guesses how many plants I have at home? I think you will be perhaps surprised. So for reference, I have a like 750 square foot apartment. It's on the 7th floor, south facing window, and like 9-foot ceilings, maybe 8.5 feet ceilings. How many plants do you? Of Soil and Moss guessed 3, Calliope guessed 22, and Alexia guessed 65. So of Soil and Moss, you are the closest. I have, now I'm trying to count. So I have an alocasia leopard, Kokedama. I have a coffee Arabica Kokedama. I have a large, like 3-foot tall fiddle leaf fig. And then I have an 8.5 foot tall Ficus benjamina tree. So, and then like I have a few aquatic plantings in my aquarium. So what is that, 4? I think that was 4. And so of Soil and Moss, you know, just like on The Price is Right, you were the closest without going over. So I guess you win. I don't know what you win though. Of Soil and Moss, how many plants do you have at home? Zupamut, welcome to the live stream. Okay, now for this. Amazing, amazing. Like, it's just so beautiful. I've never seen I've never seen one like this. This is the first time. Oh, it seems like soil and moss has lots and lots of plants. Well, I can sit for this part. Oh, Green Orbs, welcome to the live stream. Okay, so when I'm working with African violets, I try not to muck with the roots too much. I'm grateful that the mix that they use doesn't have a lot of coarse material in there. And mostly I'm trying to clear, because the water that we have here is very hard. And a lot of times we get a crust on sort of on that top layer. So I try to get rid of that top crust, and I try to make some space around the base of the plant. Sort of like so. And get rid of those sticks. Oh my goodness, 67. That's a lot of plants. I mean, I have a lot of plants at the store, but they kind of rotate through because people buy them, and I make new ones, and some stick around for longer than others. Okay, there we go. Yeah, but a lot of people assume that I have lots of plants at home. And the truth is, I don't really, after taking care of plants all day at home, at work, I just don't really want to take care of lots of plants at home. I just have a few. I just have a few, and it, you know, it brings me joy for the ones that I have. And Tames, welcome to the live stream. I hope that your orchid Kokedama is doing well. Of soil and moss, yes. Our plants are our babies. Plant parenthood is fraught with peril. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, that your orchid Kokedama is doing well. And I love doing African violets as Kokedama. I feel that it really does a good job of revealing the, I don't know, sort of the shape of the African violet in a way that it doesn't, like in a pot. Like, I feel like this is in a pot, right? And like the ball just allows you to see so much more of the plant. Well, it's not like a lot more, but you get to see the underside of it. That feels good. I'm just gonna set this aside. We'll swap for moss. And it's funny, African violets remind you of your mom. So that was of soil and moss. And that's funny because I hear that from a lot of people. It either reminds them of their mom or their grandma. And I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it was just, it's like a generational thing, or I don't know. I don't know what it is, but a lot. Walter Boy 13, welcome to the live stream. Marissa Joy K, welcome to the live stream. And then Studio IG3 says, can that be done with bonsai? And so you mean take a bonsai tree and put it into a kokedama? And you can, but when we do that, it instantly becomes not bonsai, because bonsai has, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, bonsai has some rules around it, and so once we make a kokedama out of it, we kind of mess with those rules, and so like I would consider it not bonsai anymore after making a kokedama using a plant that was bonsai. And on YouTube, Belinda Javier asks, do I use the same soil with my kokedama balls? And I generally use the same soil mix for almost everything. I don't find that I have a lot of issues doing it that way, except for orchids. So for orchids, I don't use a soil mix. It's a moss mix. And normally that it's sold as orchid moss is not a great medium for a planted orchid, so in a pot. But I do find that for kokedama, it works really, really well. And like there's one at a little Japanese cafe in Canmore, which is about an hour and 15 minutes drive away from here. And I did an orchid kokedama for them, and it does really, really well. It's been blooming for like 2 months, and like new blooms all the time, and like new branches coming off of the spike, and so forth. So I use basically the same soil mix for everything. And then Belinda also asked, what about succulents? Yes, I use the same mix for succulents as well. And my mix does not have any clay. And so it's not, it drains really, really fast. It tends to dry out fast. And that's the way I like it. I did experiment with clay amendments to my soil, like the Japanese do. And that makes it stickier. It makes it easier to make the ball. But I don't like the way it's hard to control how much water the ball retains. And so I go with a mix that has no clay. I am currently experimenting with not perlite, the other one. Vermiculite. I knew that. For a little bit more water retention. But I'd rather water my kokedamas more often and have them drain and dry quickly than for them to retain too much water and have to be really careful about how much water I give them. And for the orchids, in like a potted orchid, sort of in a dry place, you might water it once a week, carefully. But in a kokedama, I can water my orchids like 3 times a week if I want to, and they're very happy. I think the one at the cafe that I was mentioning, they water every day or every 2 days, I think. So that's my right. So Belinda is asking now about akadama. So a coarse akadama, and so like that's the clay that I was mentioning that the Japanese use, and so what I've seen of how people use akadama is that they will crush it up and then mix that into the soil, which makes it sticky. But if you're saying so I do not. I've experimented with akadama, and I don't particularly like it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but the care of your kokedama, I feel, becomes more challenging, especially if you're in a dry place. Side of the ball will dry, and you get this like a hard clay outer shell, which holds the moisture in, which may or may not be desirable depending on your plant. But then when you go to water, you have this dry shell of clay heavy soil just underneath the moss. It can be quite challenging to now hydrate through that dried clay, and so yeah, I'm not a super fan of using clay. And yeah, and that's probably just because of where I live, where you get that hard outer shell development, just because it's so dry. But if you were in a coastal city, in Japan where it's more humid, it may not be an issue. And I haven't lived in a place like that, so I don't really know. But that's my experience so far. So this is the African violet, and you can see there's so much more structure there that you can see because of the ball shape. And then I will just bring this close again, just one more time. So you can see the fantastic color. I don't even know what this coloration is called. It's beautiful though. And Of Soil and Moss says that they think that African violets were very popular at that time. And I think we may be on the verge of that too. Like last year, the African violets were not popular for my store. I would make them and people would just not want them. And this year people can't get enough of them. So I, definitely it kind of goes in sort of cycles, I guess. We are approaching an hour and 45 minutes in this stream, and I'm like wondering, I think I'm going to do one more. I will do one more. I am going to need a little bit more moss, so I'm going to do that, and then I think I'm going to work on a fiddle leaf fig, which also do really, really well. I find that they do really well in Kokedama. So often the issue with fiddle leaf fig is they get overwatered, and in a Kokedama, it's not in a Kokedama, it's relatively hard to overwater if you're using a well-draining soil mixture. And so I find that I can water my fiddle leaf fig Kokedama a lot. And so that being said, I do think it's really important that for plant care that you get advice and things from people who are local to you or who live in a similar climate. The internet is great, but that every geography has their own challenges for horticulture, and so it's important to find somebody local to learn from. Otherwise, you end up having to learn your lessons the hard way, which is okay too. Like if you can't find a mentor or something like that, or a friend who has maybe learned the hard way. But if you're going to go ask for advice, it's kind of really nice to have somebody that local that you can leverage their experience. Otherwise, you just you kind of have to get really nerdy about stuff. I missed some comments here. And Tame says there are so many great African violet species, and they are wonderful for air filtration. I bet the Kokedama is great for them because they like bottom watering. Yes, they do like bottom watering. They don't like to get their leaves wet. But if you do get them wet, you can just dry them off with a soft towel or like a paper towel or something like that. Zena, welcome to the live stream. Aston Ford, welcome to the live stream. Of Soil and Moss, we'll see you later. Until next time. And Ilksa asks, how do you water this Kokedama? I'm trying to find a bowl, but I don't have one nearby. And so to water the Kokedama, you would put it in a bowl, like, I don't know, like a cereal bowl or a soup bowl size. And then you want to fill the water up half to 2/3 and let them sit in there. So the ones that I make with the soil mix that I use, it usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes for them to suck up as much water as they can. And then you take it out and it's going to drip for like sort of 10, 15 seconds. And then you can put it back on display. You can put it on a little dish or a little piece of tile or a little tray. Something that's going to keep it off of your furniture because the bottom will stay a little bit moist. And that it's, yeah, watering is that easy. If you want to watch a video of watering on the website, there I have a video talking about watering. You can check that out, and that's the website is linked in my Instagram profile. If you are on YouTube, obviously that video is just on YouTube, and we actually have two watering videos, an older one which has way more views, and then a newer one which is like a little bit more produced, and it has me talking in it when I just had a different style. That was before I came out, so I've been thinking about redoing that video, but I don't know. It's still a good video. My hair is funny in it. But you can check that out if you want to learn about watering. Oh, Helen, welcome to the live stream on YouTube. And Belinda says that they learned watering Kokedama on the YouTube channel. I'm glad that was helpful for you. Okay, let's do this final one, and we'll do a fiddly fig. I wonder if the Instagram live stream is going to go over 2 hours. My guess is that maybe it won't, and if it doesn't, I have 10 minutes to finish. If it does, then I don't know. I may have just like lots of time. Karma Lee says, thanks for the wonderful live stream. Best wishes. Good night. Good night, Karma. Hopefully we will see you sometime soon, soon-ish, when things aren't crazy. So I think I have a little bit of extra moss, which is great. And I should have enough soil. Oops, I'm doing things out of order. So we gotta get rid of the extra soil on here first. So this is the fiddly fig, a little guy. And so fiddly figs, although they like a bright space, they don't like direct sun. So that's something to be aware of. And don't let your cat eat them. It's not gonna be good for them. Thanks, Helen. Do you mean me or the fiddly fig? Helen said, so cute on YouTube, and I don't know. I guess that comes across flirty, but Helen is married, and we've known each other for a while, and I know her husband, but Helen replied that both the Kokedama and I are cute. Thanks, Helen. Okay, so I'm just wetting down the roots again. And once again, I'm using my general purpose soil mix. Oh, hi Dave on YouTube. That was a very innocent flirt. And so for the fiddle leaf fig, I am going to make the ball a little bit bigger. They can be quite aggressive growing once they settle in and you get them into a spot that they like. So I'm gonna give it, and like the leaves can get quite big. And so I'm gonna make a little bit bigger of a ball for it, so that it has some room to grow into and won't need to come back for a new ball right away. Helen on YouTube says, you make it look so easy. I remember making one at your workshop and not as easy as it looks. Yeah, you know, I think it's just a practice thing. I've made a lot of them. Clivey asked, do you make your own soil mixture? I see you added amendments. What did you add? So the soil, I use a basic potting soil, and then to this particular mix, I am adding vermiculite. And so like not a lot, like for one, I don't know. I think that's like maybe a 1 liter scoop. I'll put one like handful of vermiculite in there. And that's just a factor of our weather here being so dry. And it just helps with the water retention a little bit without getting that dry hard shell thing that clay can do here. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to say this right. Teje02 Irwan and Amelia, welcome to the live stream. And hello, Rika, welcome to the live stream. We are like coming into 2 hours for the live stream now, and there's 4 minutes to 2 hours, like to hit 2 hours. Instagram, if I lose you, it's because the limit is now 2 hours and not 1 hour. And if I don't lose you, that'll be lovely. Okay, so once again, this is my dark olive green polyester thread. And I like it because the color closely matches the color of the moss. And that's just the particular style that I like. Some people like to use a thicker twine so that the twine shows. Some people will use colored twine. And I use a green thread because I would like the thread to be secondary to the moss, where the people who use colored stuff or heavier stuff, it then features the cord a little bit more. And yeah, I'm just a fan of the ultra natural look. So Belinda on YouTube asks, is vermiculite better than perlite? And so better depends on your goals. I would say for Kokedama, that vermiculite is better than perlite. And the reason for that is that I find perlite is very sort of gritty. Like when you squeeze it, it will break, but it's really abrasive. Like it's just I don't know, the way the mineral is expanded makes for this like sort of this. It's like a pumice that you can crush with your fingers. And so I don't like that because my worry is that when I'm forming the ball, you can see that I'm really putting quite a lot of pressure on the soil and to compact that. And so for me, when the perlite is in contact with the plant roots and we're like crushing it together, that is going to do a little bit of damage to the roots. And so depending on how sensitive your plant is that you're working with, that could put a lot of stress on your plant. And we are already mucking with the plant a lot. And so for that reason, I don't like perlite. And perlite is also, like, typically it's used to prevent compaction of soil. And for Kokedama, I want compaction of the soil because that's how the soil sticks together. And so too much perlite is like kind of makes things not stick. And so my choice for vermiculite is that it's porous, but it's soft. It's almost spongy. And it's like, yeah, it's hard to describe, but it's sort of spongy. And it also is not entirely inert, so it releases minerals from the vermiculite. And so that's like, I don't know if in plants we still call it bioavailable, but those minerals are available for the plant to use. And because it's spongy and kind of soft, like when you squeeze vermiculite, it squishes and then like bounces back. It's like not hard and gritty. And so that's why I chose to use vermiculite over perlite for my Kokedama soil amendment. I hope that answers your question. I hope the answer wasn't overly nerdy. That's just the place that I go. On YouTube, Agnes W, welcome to the live stream, and Vivek, welcome to the live stream, and Miss DC Calgary, welcome to the live stream. I am just finishing up my last Kokedama here, and it looks like on Instagram, I can now go past 1 hour on the live stream and 2 hours on the live stream. That's very new for me. I'm just gonna finish off this little leaf fig. Ooh, lots of water in the soil mix on this one. So I'm just gonna set down my Kokedama, and I'll just show off the ones that we went through on the live stream. I'll just do one less cleaning. So, of course, there's this fiddly fig that I just finished. And then, what did I start with? I started with this really cute olive tree. Maltho, actually, welcome to the live stream, and Paper Radio, welcome to the live stream on Instagram. This is our little, I was gonna say fig, it's not, it's olive. And this is the front, this is kind of the back. And so, you know, I need some light on the side so that we get some growth on this side of the olive, but it's really cute. And then I worked on this schefflera, which has been trained and pruned a little bit to branch, and I wired this this branch because it was like here, and I just wanted to bring it out so that it wasn't covering the trunk. And so this one also has a back and a little bear here. So we need to put that side towards the light to get that to fill out. Trying to make sure that I'm like trying to get these to show on Instagram. And then I worked on this African violet, which has this beautiful, beautiful coloration that that's uncommon. I don't know how uncommon, but this is the first time I've seen this color variation. Yeah, so in 2 hours, I was only able to get through. I was only able to get through 4. I can't even count. I was only able to get through 4 Kokedama. Whereas last time, I think I got through 6, but I had like tons and tons of moss ready last time. So things went way faster. But I think that's going to be it for tonight. It is 9:30 p.m. here, and so I am very much ready to go home and and cuddle with my cat named Creamsicle. And but since I have lots of work to do over the next couple of weeks leading up to, not even a couple of weeks, the next week leading up to like the holidays, I may be doing another couple live streams between now and the 25th. But for now, and until next time, I thank you for joining the live streams, especially YouTube. Thank you for just thank you so much for being there. I wasn't sure if I would have anybody on YouTube, so thank you very much. And Instagram, thank you so much. You're always there for me, keeping me company while I work. So until next time, au revoir.